Hi everybody. I'm here to share my weekly video where I share things about embellishing and embroidery on quilts and quilt projects. I have been doing the Let's Play series, and to start, here is my finished July mini quilt with red and black. It's pretty much I added daisies. And I did add this here, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's the daisies added kind of going across the quilt, kind of gave it a balance that of sweetness. That's not the right word, but I don't know. It added a little sugar to this piece, I guess. Okay, I really am pleased with this. I hope you've enjoyed the Let's Play 2025. I originally started sharing it as part of my website, thinking that others would stitch along with me, and that hasn't happened. And that's okay, I'm good with that. What has happened instead is I've pivoted to sharing me embellishing and embroidery on these pieces and sharing the how of my process with you, and that's something you really liked. I thank you for letting me know that. So, I'm going to pause the Let's Play for now. I do still want to go back and do some more, but because I am the only one doing them, I figure I can pause it and that'll be okay. And why I want to pause it is ever since I've started these, I've not had stitching time to work on my bits and bobs collage quilt, and that one's so close to, like, there's so many of the elements that are ready and they just need to be stitched to the background, and I want to and embellished further, and I want to get back to that for now. So that's what I'm going to share with you on Thursdays for a while. And speaking of my bits and bobs collage pieces, I have some more to share with you, but I don't have the wall hanging that I have pinned together and basted up on the wall. I don't have a video of that, but I do have a picture, so I'll insert that here. Now, since my last Bits and Bobs video, you can find those, I have a playlist, a Bits and Bobs playlist. I've made a few more filler pieces. Here they are. I made it's supposed to be a card, but I made it a fabric of lace. Thought that was cute. Way to show off some lace. I embroidered, pretend, measuring tape on grosgrain. That was finicky. I only went that far because that was finicky, but that's, I'll put that on the quilt somewhere. And I had these sweet little patches that I put on some backgrounds that I had used my wavy pinking shears. They're not pinking shears, the wavy rotary cutter. And I took this little motif and stitched it on the top of a little white flower. And I love the bluebird, and so I put it in the center of this doily. Both of these have batting behind to give it that extra dimension. What else? Oh, I found this in my collection. I didn't make it. It had originally been crocheted as it started as a crocheted flower, but the way it's folded, it turns into a butterfly, which I think is very sweet. So I'm hoping to add that to the piece. And then I made these few hexy flowers. Of course, those were inspired by the hexy flowers I made in my March Let's Play mini quilt. And I love them so much that I wanted to have a little collection on this Bits and Bobs quilt. That's what happened as I was working on the Let's Play. I kept making things on there that I went, I want that on my Bits and Bobs. This is another one of those. On Bits and Bobs, it was my January brown and red. This is a little yo-yo flower made with tiny miniature yo-yos. And then this week, because I wasn't getting another Let's Play ready, I continued to work on some more pieces inspired by Let's Play. In the February Let's Play Blue and Yellow, I wove a rickrack mat. And so that's what I've done here. Move this for a sec. And I really, in the blue and pink, of course, of the Bits and Bobs. Now, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, because I thought in my collection, if I had the black and the red daisies, and I have yellow daisies, why didn't I have pink daisies, like with the pink centers? But I don't. So, but I do have these. Now, originally, I imagined that I was going to put this motif in the corners. And in my imagination, I really liked it. But once I light it down, I didn't so much. So I'm not using those. I am going to use these pink daisies. And I have these, they almost look like sea glass beads, that I'll put one in the center of each of the daisies when it's put down on the background. So there's that. And then also this, oh yeah, and the light blue butterfly. I like that. That just turned out good. And then another piece that I made for my Let's Play that I wanted to duplicate is this velvet fan made out of velvet. Now, it's not all completely together yet, but I got it that far. So this I had in my, was it May? Yes, my May teal and rose mini quilt. So, yeah, these are the elements I've got for my Bits and Bobs. And starting next week, I will share me adding those and how I add them, and how do I stitch them to the background and embellish them further, and those details. So it's not just going to be a mini quilt, one color, a couple colors a month. It'll just be a bigger quilt that I'll work on for a little while and share all that kind of creativity with you. So I hope that's okay with you. Guess if it isn't, you just won't watch. But yeah, I hope you like it. I get that you enjoy seeing my process in that, and working on the Bits and Bobs is all going to fit in with that. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for the Bits and Bobs quilt.